So today has been a fruitful, enjoyable, and pretty long day. It's about 6:36 right now as I'm posting these. I just have a few thoughts for the day before I close out and stop posting for the day on TikTok and YouTube. I'm currently doing a 500 post challenge across several platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Medium, my blog, and Substack. Although I haven't been posting very much on Substack because I'm finding the platform very annoying. I'm not really sure why. And also my email list, sending out emails daily on there as well. That's for my personal content, but I actually have other websites under my business, niche blogs that I have a team working on. So right now, what I'm doing every day is working on my own content for myself. So for my brand, my personal brand, I'm working on my own content, and then I'm also doing my software development stuff on the side, my client work that I need to do, plus my content writing clients as well. And so today has been a day where I decided to do something different. Instead of just waking up, getting ready, doing my meditation and prayers and all of those things, and then sitting down to work, what I did was I did all of the normal morning routine, and then I decided I was going to go out for breakfast. And it was a really good decision to go out for breakfast because I was feeling a little bit down when I woke up. Because I felt like I was behind on my challenge, because the challenge is 500 posts for the month, and so far I'm just about close to 200 posts, and I'm halfway through the challenge, just over halfway through the challenge, and so therefore I've got to catch up. And I was like, I don't really feel like doing this. I actually felt like I might as well just quit. And stop posting and just focus on my Medium and my blog, like what I've been doing anyway. But something pushed me to keep going, and that was I remembered something. When I first started really doubling down on digital products to monetize my content, not necessarily video content, I've made majority of my money by creating written content, blogs, and on Medium and hub pages and vocal media and other platforms, and also content writing for clients and building a content writing business and all of that kind of stuff. At some point I'll talk more about that. And I remembered when I decided to double down on digital products, I started posting religiously on Medium, and I did 150 article challenge. And I remember how I got halfway through and I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is too much. I was exhausted. I had a big whiteboard with all the article titles on there, and I just couldn't type anymore. I was fed up. It's not because I don't like writing, but it's hard. It's hard to keep going when it feels hard. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to keep going when it feels hard. So when it feels hard, you want to just stop. But that's the crucial point, that you're supposed to keep going when it does feel difficult. Because when it feels difficult, that is usually the time when one more rep, 2 more reps, 3 more reps, those are the reps that are going to give you the results. Just like you would get if you were to be at the gym and you're pushing weights, and it gets to a point where it's so difficult, you do one more, and that's the one more rep. That's the final rep that is actually going to give you the results that you need. But often people stop before the breakthrough. They stop before they find the gold. I don't know if you know that story of this man who, he had this land and there was supposedly gold, in the land, and he was mining the land and he couldn't find the gold. He got fed up and he decided to sell the land off to some other person for like a low price. On the first day, that guy started to dig, he found the gold. And that was because the other guy had done all the groundwork, but then he quit. So that guy came in, took over, and found the gold. It's just like you creating a page on TikTok or YouTube and doing really, posting so much content. You get to a point where you've got over 1,000 content pieces on there, and then you're like, this isn't working, I'm not getting enough followers, I'm not getting enough engagement, this is not working, and then you quit, and then someone else buys your page from you, and within a couple of days they blow with the same content. So it's not like they're posting new content as in for the, you know, their own content. It's your content. You've literally sold all your content to them. With the channel or the page, you've sold your content to them as well. And then they post that same content that you've created, and that's the video that blows. And it's not because they've done anything different. Everything's the same. All the captions, everything's all the same. And they post that video, or they repost another video that you've already got on your feed. That video blows, and that's when everything takes off. So you just never know. You're one post away from blowing and from taking off. You know, for me, it's not so urgent because I've already built a successful digital product business. 7-figure digital product business. I've built 6- and 7-figure digital product businesses over the years, and 7-figure digital businesses over the past 3 years. So it's not urgent that I do this, but I'm doing it because I'm someone who, I don't rest on my laurels. I don't sit there and say, okay, I've made this amount of money now from digital business. Let me just quit and sleep. For me, I'm going to be someone who, I write content. Even if I'm not doing video, I'm going to write content for the rest of my life till I take my last breath. And that's because I have so much invested in it in terms of passion and connection to it, creative connection, creative energy. And for me to just say, oh, well, I'm going to retire when I'm 65 and sleep and watch the ocean for the rest of my life. No, I need to keep going. I need to keep going. I remember an interview that Michael Jackson did, and he said that he doesn't have awards in his house. Like, he doesn't see awards in his house. He hasn't got like plaques all over the wall and stuff like that. And the reason why he hasn't done that, or he didn't do that, was because he didn't want to get so complacent and so, you know, puffed up with pride that he doesn't feel that hunger to keep going, you know. And I think as a creative, someone who creates, you know, when you say creative, people just think, oh, you're an artist, you draw, you're a musician, you're a poet, whatever. No, if you're creating something, whether it be a business or whatever it is, you are a creative. And as a creative person, someone who is proactive in creating and putting yourself out there, you know, you always have to challenge yourself in some kind of way. I mean, look at Kelsey Soul. She had 200,000 followers. That's like a dream for a lot of people. And she was like, screw it, I need 1 million. I need more than this. So she started posting 25 times a day, and she went all in with TikTok. And look where she is today. And so because someone is already doing well, it doesn't mean they should just like stop. Someone actually had the audacity to say something to me the other day. They were like, oh, if you've made so much money from your digital products and from other businesses, whatever it is, why don't you just quit and relax? Why are you still working? Why are you always grinding? Why are you always... And I was like, because it's my prerogative to do that, number one. And two, me and you are not the same. I'm someone who I like to challenge myself. I can't just, oh, I've made this amount of money, now let me sleep. let me just chill. Let me just spend the rest of my time running around LA, just doing God knows what. You just have to look at some, you know, the Kardashians. As much as people don't like them, you know, they do work hard. Look at Beyonce, look at Jay-Z. Why have they not retired? Why have they not quit and just, you know, spent the rest of their lives with their feet up? They haven't, because they've still got that hunger. There's still something driving them to keep going. So, yeah, I just want to encourage anyone who is, you know, on this journey, just keep going. Just keep going. You know, I've done this many times before now with many different platforms, with many blogs, and with many businesses over the years, with digital businesses, that I know what it takes to continue and to persist and to keep going. And to not back down when things look tough. Just keep going.